Hello, hello. We are here again, and how much fun is that? I am just noticing that I didn't have the right. Let's try that. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. Whoops. That didn't work. Okay. I don't know what the problem is here. We've got a different setup than we've had before. All right. Well, we will just deal with it. Okay, this is Arlene Arnold, and I am here with Leslie Romine, and we are doing our favorite thing of the week, being with you and enjoying our time together. And there's a twist today. I have been wanting to do this. I hope it doesn't make things go too long, but I want to do a card for your life purpose today. So as this is going to be 3 cards today, we'll try to make it so it isn't too long. Leslie's going to do luminaries, and I'm going to do the colors and your life purpose. So we shall see where that goes. Ooh, fun, fun. All right. So we got some of our favorite folks here already, and we're really looking forward to this. So what I want to do first is to talk to you a little bit about the theme for this month. And I'm going to put the theme up so we have that in front of us. Okay, here we go. So reset your vision through the color consciousness of magenta. Boy, have I been using magenta. You know, magenta is a transmuter. It can take energy that's ready to leave and simply it's like break it out into its other parts, and what happens is that it just becomes energy that's usable in a different way. So how fun is that? So I see that Sandra is here, and Grace and Will, and oh, we got wonderful group coming, and John is here. Yay. Okay. So what I want to say about this is reset your vision through the color consciousness of magenta. You know, what happens is that we get so close to what's happening, and we are so used to being in the third dimension only. What we see is very limited. In other words, when we're looking at ourselves and other people, we aren't seeing that expanded view. And I am really very conscious of how magenta can help us expand, but it's also like it really helps us change what we see. And part of that is I find magenta is really fifth dimensional, and it really takes us into that place where we can see what is possible. And then we can also be in the third dimension where we can see things come into their reality. And what I find is, you know, magenta for me is at the top of the head and just into the head a little bit. And it can also be in the heart. But when it's up here, this is some of the highest frequencies. And so it really is in additional dimensions than from where we are. So Leslie, what kind of thing are you thinking about with this same theme as we go through the month of November?
Well, for me, magenta's been a real transmuter of energy. I have had opportunities where I might notice some shifts of energy in my body, and I have just taken the dream catcher or tennis racket with the magenta and brought it down over me and all the way down to the ground. And I've done that like 3 times, and it completely changed.
Wow, I did it too. Yeah, wow, that's really cool.
And that really helped calm everything down and kind of bring everything back into balance for me. And that's one way it's really helped.
Yeah.
And another one is just, I happened to read some things about, having compassion with yourself and with others. And I thought that's really what magenta, brings. And so I just meditated a while with magenta, and, that helps too. That helps me.
So let's remind everybody about this dream catcher, or you can see it as the head of a tennis racket, and it has strings. And we've done it in two different ways. One of them is to have all the strings be magenta. The other one is to have the strings going one way is magenta and the other way is lime green. Either way, those work. And then you visualize it above your head and you start bringing this down through your body and your energy field. And wherever you feel it stop, like I've got some congestion here, so it stops there. So then you just wait and let magenta do its thing, and it's like a bug zapper, and it'll go zzz, and it takes care of this energy that is affecting you. And then when that's taken care of, you just start going down a little further and just feel. And if it stops, which mine is stopping more, it's on the lower jaw, I think. And so you wait until you feel that it's done its thing, and then it'll start moving on down. And you just keep doing that down through your whole body and energy field. And then you might want to do it again or two more times, just cleaning up the residue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for myself, it really helps me to visualize it, but it also helps me to feel it using my hands. Now, you can just use visualization, which we've done, but when I use my hands, it helps me augment that feeling.
Yes.
So I think that's.
And I find I pick up on where the energy is stuck better if I'm using my hands with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the luminary and the color card for this month. So you've seen this before.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I'm getting only YouTube people. I'm not getting any from Facebook. And if there are people from Facebook, would you tell me who they are?
Yeah, we really want to have everybody. Let me just check here. It looks like, yeah, it says that Facebook is connected. So maybe people are just more enjoying. Oh, Sarah's here. Yay,
Yeah.
Sarah. I was just reading your email. Okay, so hopefully we do have some other people. If there's somebody from Facebook, be sure and come and make a comment so that we know you're here.
Yeah, I don't even see Will today. So
yeah, is he on Facebook maybe?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm doing welcome.
Anyway,
See if it goes to Facebook because
there you are on Facebook.
Okay.
Sue, there's Sue. Oh, good.
All right. We're connected.
We're connected now.
Thank you for noticing that. All right, spheres of intention. This is one that is really important. Numbers 10 and number 12 are the repetitions. And I want to read to you the message from the consciousness of spheres of intention. It's telling about who it is and what it offers us. It says, I am inspiration that spirals into beads of creative light. Pulsing force sends a wealth of wisdom and ideas into the matrix of this light. Join this flow of creation through the fusion of divine human mind in fully resonant cooperation. So let's just go at that for a minute. It is a consciousness that is telling us something about itself. And it says, I am inspiration. So feel the inspiration that's available in spheres of intention, because this again is indicative of the fact that in the center here is you, and you are putting out intentions that go out into the next circle. Those are others that you end up being connected to, and you have similar intentions. And then the very outside one is another group of people who are doing things that are around this intention. And you might meet them on Facebook. You might meet them when you go to a group somewhere or something like that. And you'll feel it because you have that intention out there, and they have a somewhat similar kind of intention. So then what it says is, I am inspiration that spirals into beads of creative light. So you can see those beads. And by the way, when Lorinda and I did this work with the luminaries, putting that together, she's the artist, and she needed to have something to go from. And she needed to know what the repetitions were, and then she needed to have either something I'd written or something in hand. And we had been out. I was living on Anderson Island, and she was living there with me. And we had gone for a walk. And when we were on the walk, I found blue pop. What they call pop-up beads? Pop beads, the kinds that.
Mm-hmm. Pop beads. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Pop beads, like he said.
Pop beads. Okay. So, and they fit together, but it was just a short little piece of them. So I brought that back, and this is what she created from that. And then together we went in to see what exactly this art that she'd done, what is it saying? And that's how we came to what we have in the book. And so, and then this consciousness said to us, pulsing force, it's an energy, sends a wealth of wisdom and ideas into the matrix of this light. So do you see, the matrix means that how it's organized, and it's inspiration that spirals into beads of creative light. Pulsing force sends a wealth of wisdom and ideas into the matrix of this light. Join this flow of creation through the fusion of divine and human mind and fully resonant cooperation. So we have both of those inside of us, and this divine is also outside of us. But our soul is a part of the divine mind, and our human mind is more often dealing with what's happening in the third dimension. So what do you get from that, Leslie?
Well, I got a lot from that. I mean, it just speaks for itself. However, there was an additional thing. Am I putting out a clear signal that will draw others of similar intention to me? And I thought, am I doing that? It made me really think. And how am I doing that if I am? So I think that's a good query for us this week.
Yes.
How am I making connections with people? And of course, me, it's the grocery store, or one of those others, if you smile at someone or if you stop and see a friend. And I've run into a few friends lately, so that's been fun.
Synchronicity. Yes, we love it.
Synchronicity, yes. Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to magenta. And we just love this flower. It has so much energy and so much consciousness in it. And it's helping us to really connect with magenta. And what I chose out of the color cards was a section that's called spiritual competence. Now, you may feel as I read this that's, oh, gee, I'm just not there yet. But know that this is part of what magenta is here to offer to us. So magenta says you have matured in your spiritual life. Your spiritual connection comes from the soul center deep in the heart. From here, you are aware of yourself as a multidimensional being. Remember, I was saying that we can be in the fifth dimension and the other dimensions, like the third dimension, at the same time. It's where we're focusing that we get information. So you are aware of yourself as a multidimensional being. You are operating on many levels besides this one. You know, even if we're not aware of it, we're still operating on a lot of levels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's something that is very mind expanding at times when you think about that. You know, it's like what we put out there communicates, but in different ways in different people. You know, there is a message going out from us, an energy flow that communicates to everyone else. And so, what are you sending out? Um, yeah, I love that. Uh, a part that went along with that that I saw was bringing change, because that's what happens when you are in the flow, whether you're aware that that is doing it or not. To me, because sometimes I've had some people come up later and say, oh, you know, what you said really meant something to me, or, you know, that sort of thing. And I wasn't even aware of it at the time. But it's called bringing change. For you, change is a natural part of life. As you and others see a need for change, you encourage people to work together towards that change. You assist, but do not insist. You encourage everyone to do what he or she feels led to do. As changes are made in communities, changes come to those working to bring in a new way of being together. And I just thought that's, you know, that brings it to a kind of community level. But as we know, when it's brought to that level, those people then take it out further and further to their friends and connections.
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting because this is the spheres of intention and magenta are kind of working hand in hand, because the it's this magenta is causing us to be this expanded one, and as we create our intentions, spheres of intention is helping us to move out with that, and we're expanding at the same time. I mean, it's partly why we go, whoa, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Uh,
All
yeah.
right, so then let's move on to the cards for this week. And this is illumination, which is one of my
Mm,
favorites. I just
that's
love
beautiful.
illumination. And it's number 12. So it has 12 repetitions. And this simple way of understanding it, I love. I just go back to this again and again. Light magnifies light, which magnifies light, which impacts the entire universe. So let your light shine. And you know what that's saying is that when you let your inner light shine out through your body and your energy field, people feel that. They pick that up. And some people that are really sensitive are going to see that light around you, and then a color sometimes around you. And then it's like when your light is shining, that magnifies light. It makes light bigger, the light around us, the bigger. And then when we are here putting out our light, then others start shining their light. And you know, that's part of how we change this world, is that all of the light that's within us is being magnified. So there's more and more light, more love, more ability for us to do what we came here to do. So this is a huge one for me.
Mhm, mhm. Yours, you said it all there, and part of the wording in this part of the book just says it so well too. Acknowledgement and gratitude for this light emanating is something others observe and can turn to their own core to acknowledge it. Thus, it expands.
Ah, love that.
Love that.
So even as we're here and we're not physically next to each other, we are still expanding our light, and each of us feel everybody else's light who's on this call or this particular process that we're doing right now.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So now, oddly enough, the color is lime green.
Hmm. There
And
you
there's
go.
a lot of lime green in illumination. So, what I picked out from the book was balance on all levels. Through the yellow in lime green, you are mentally sharp, always practical and clear. And you might be saying, I haven't felt very mentally sharp lately.
Or
But that's partly why lime green is here. The yellow that's in there can help us with feeling like we're sharp and feeling like we remember words and feeling like that we can be practical and spiritual and clear, all of that at the same time. You understand human motivations. Boy, is that ever a really important thing at this time, because you don't have to uh, take that and say, well, there's something wrong with that person. You don't need to judge. You just need to be aware of it so that you're not taken in by something that isn't the truth. Um, Through the green, you integrate all that you know with how you act. So, green of the heart is an integrator, and it will help us to bring together the things that we know and then be able to act that way out into the world. And that's a real important part of us finding inner harmony.
mhm.
You open your heart without reservation, but not naively. See, the whole thing is we, as people who do a lot with the spirit, sometimes in the human world we can be naive, and that's not okay. We don't have to be judgmental, but we don't have to be naive. We can see what's going on, and we can see how we uh, interface with what's going on, knowing that it's not necessarily the truth, or knowing that that person is not being truthful, and yet, and that's being not being naive. And at the same time, we can do it in that very that place where we are not attached. We're not attached to, well, you should be like this, or we're not attached to, well, this is ridiculous, we don't want a world like this, you know. And we can probably be saying that too, but at the same time, we don't want to get attached to what's wrong. We want to get inside of us and be motivated at a spiritual level, at the soul level inside of us. So you open your heart without reservation, but not naively. You are dedicated to the good of all, yet you take care of yourself and do not give away your energy and power. And with what we're going through, this is really important, because I often have to say, okay, I had enough news. I got to turn it off, you know, and I want to know what's going on, but I do not want to be taken over by that. And it's really important to notice what's happening to you and to take care of yourself. You do what you love, not what you should do. Now, there's kind of a difference here. You know, if you made a commitment, then there are things that you want to follow through on that. But if you begin to feel like there is something wrong, that you are not able to do what you would normally do, then you may have to talk with the person who you've made a commitment to and see if you might have a different way of going at it, so that you can be true to yourself at the same time as you can follow through with what you've committed to. And then it says your friends and family never take a back seat. You spend time doing what you value. So it's what it's saying is, take care of yourself, do what you love your friends and family, pay attention to them, spend time with them, and then also really value what it is that you are doing, because that is really your life purpose.
Absolutely. Yes. I love the integration part, the green that integrates all with how you act, because sometimes we can be well, the yellow one is the one that combines with green to make lime green, and the yellow might be where we're more in the details of everyday life and the world and all that kind of stuff going on. And when the green comes in, then we can do what you were talking about, taking care of ourselves and being with our family and doing what we love. Because the more we do that, the more, and it doesn't mean not to be involved in promoting what is, true and good and loving. Um, it just means that for me that there I have to decide what is the amount of time. Like you said, sometimes I'm done with listening to some of this stuff, but that's because I have a priority of being with my family or doing the things I love, exploring things, and that that's valuable to me. And so um, that balance, I think everybody probably is feeling how to balance that, and
Yes.
that lime green is wonderful for that balance.
Yes. And lime green is such an important one. And it is also the complement of a magenta. And those two colors together are wonderful, because part of lime green is recognizing that you're an influencer, and that you, through doing what you came here to do, you are really making a difference in this world. And magenta is helping you do that through compassion, through helping you let go of things that you're attached to that aren't in your best interest. So we these two colors together are really powerful, really helpful for us in this time. All right, so I do want to remind you, and I don't seem to have something here that I can give you to find this. You'll have to go to transformationaltools.com, and you'll see there that says upcoming, and it'll be in there. But on Tuesday, we do this once a month. And for those who are in the Vortal, it's free to them. And for others who would like to try it out, it's $25. And I lead something called Journal with Your Knowing Self. It's really an opportunity to get clear about your inner voice. What is it that you are being told from your inner voice? You can also journal with colors. I've done a lot of that. I journaled with magenta. And also, you can journal with an animal and find out what's happening with that animal. You can journal with questions about someone that you love, and is there anything I can do to help, kind of thing. Because sometimes when something really difficult has come up, we tend to get to the place where we're kind of like, we don't know what to do. And sometimes it's just love them. Just send them love, send them a color, be there for them, even in virtually, even if you can't be there in person. And so this journaling it's really good when you do it in a group, because you really get to understand what it is that helps you to go deep inside yourself and find answers there. So it's on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, November 18th at 6:30 p.m. And that's Pacific Daylight Time. Unfortunately, that makes it a little bit tough for those of you who are in Italy and the UK and other places, Uruguay. It makes it a little bit late, and even on the East Coast, it's a little late. But it's kind of, I've been doing it that way to help people who are working jobs that are in the West areas so they have a chance. I might eventually do another one that is at a different time frame for those of you who can't come at that particular time. So I just want to remind you that you can also sign up for the newsletter if you go on transformationaltools.com. It's down at the bottom, and you can scroll down there and sign up. And so that is what we had to offer today. And we're now, for those of you here on live, we are going to do our readings, and Leslie is going to pick a luminary. I'm going to pick a color card, and I'm also going to pick another color card for your life purpose. And we'll see what comes up and what it feels like to you. So who do we have first, Leslie?
John is first.
Okay.
He was our early bird today. Yay.
Oh,
Right on time.
Okay, let's see what's up.
Okay, so John, maybe you want to shift the picture here.
Oh, thank you. Doing too many things at one time.
That's right. That's right. All right. So hopefully you'll be able to see this. But John, your card is awakened. Awakened. And it's the numbers 4 and 9. 4 and 9. And it says, rub your sleep-filled eyes, awaken from behind a veil of forgetfulness. You are born anew, transformed, empowered, and ready to serve in a world that has come of age. Now, the colors, it's talking about patterns that are changing and how drama has, been part of our lives, but that drama is leaving. And even though there's lots of inventions and motion going on, your resolve about you and your life is unfaltering. It's what it is. It's who you are. And accept your unique role at this time in bringing forth this amazing energy. One thing I really love about this card is the turquoise and green of the heart, turquoise of that place in between the heart and the throat, which is high heart, or it's about life purpose as well. And the yellow to really energize it in the middle, and the pink of that sweetness, that childlike sweetness. All of these things are really evident in you, and it's saying really meditate on this week, because it is going to inform you more and more about your unique role.
Nice. All right, so what I got for you, John, is the lesson in orange. And what it says here is allow all your emotions to be felt. Now, sometimes that's kind of difficult because it feels like you're going to be overwhelmed. But that doesn't need to happen, John. You can still sit and feel those feelings and allow them to come in. And you can also bring in the magenta to help you work with those feelings, because some of them may be old ones that you need to heal, and magenta can help you with that. But this is the second chakra, and it goes from the middle hips up to the waist, and it's where we have emotions, but it's also where we feel through all the senses. So once that we are able to let go of what it is that is keeping us in this very emotional place, it opens us up to, smelling, seeing, hearing, all of the senses, and it makes life so much better. And this says, when you have taken care of those emotions, it says you are now sensual, alive, present, and happy. And that's what being able to use your senses will help you with that. Now, your life purpose is indigo. And I'm not surprised with all the different cards you've gotten when
Mhm.
you've been picking cards for you. And so I was looking into the part of the book that talks about the what the life purpose might be. And if this doesn't resonate for you, do some sitting with indigo and ask exactly what that means. But I kind of think it's this. John, using ancient knowledge, what comes through you from your past or future lives may be especially useful today. This knowledge may unveil new methods of healing people as well as the earth. It may enhance our understanding in many different areas of life. So, even just starting with the idea of, oh, there's ancient knowledge that I can connect to, and then let it come to you, and you will know what to do with that because you may be just using it for your own life, and that is then still affecting other people when your energy changes. So that's a very interesting one. Indigo, John.
Wow, that seems so right on.
I know.
I love how these are just like so
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Grace is next.
Okay.
Grace. And Grace, your luminary is mortality. Mortality. It is the numbers 10, 11, and 12. And how I got that was it's talking about movement this week, having movement happen in your life. And it is also saying to allow the organic movement through the vibrancy of this card. Um, Allow the organic movement through the week so things can be moving, but know that it's well, when it's organic, it's just like allowing, flowing, tuning into what's wanting to happen, seeing the synchronicities, all those things. Seems like it's going to be a very flowing and informative week for you.
Okay. Well, here's what I got for it's the lesson in turquoise. And it's not what it says on the card for you. The lesson in turquoise, what I feel for you is it has a lot to do with working with turquoise to have harmony inside of you, not to stress yourself and not to expand beyond what you can handle, but to just be with turquoise and allow it to show you how to be very um, okay with being in your own skin. And your life purpose is brown. And brown is such a wonderful color. What I am getting, Grace, is that it's the section in there that's called Healing the Inner Child. Your life purpose in brown may be to teach others how to bring comfort and love to their inner child. First, you will learn to care for that child within you. Then you will be prepared to help others. We really need that kind of thing right now. We need that ability to help ourselves and others to heal any part of that inner child self that um, has been hurt in this life or past lives, and to get to the place where it really is a loving, loving place here for your inner child. Trying to get this brown to be a little bit more closer to the color that it is. All right.
Wow. Okay. That was amazing. Sandra is next.
Okay.
Oh, Sandra. Your beautiful card this week is crystalline. Crystalline, just this, oh, such a beautiful card. Has that magenta in the middle and pink and purple, and talk about a very high vibrational card. That's what this is. And it is a numbers 4, 8, and 16. 4, 8, and 16. And it says that these helpers from the crystalline grid, crystalline area, are here to inspire, transform, and reform this world through the vibrations of light. And what I am getting is you are being given this gift this week, which you already have, but it's to enhance this gift of helping to inspire, transform, and reform through the vibrations of light. Now, that might be your connections with other people. It might be creative work that you're doing. You'll know. Just bringing that energy into your life will be augmenting that beautiful light that's already in you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, along with crystalline, she has the strength in red. So, what you have, Sandra, you have all of the human energy. This is the first chakra. This is where you have the vitality to do the things that you're here to do. So be sure that you pay attention to taking care of your body so that vitality can stay strong. And your life purpose is also indigo, and as John's was. And what I got for you is a little different than John's. It's bringing in the spiritual blueprint. I would love to have you write that down, Sandra, and sit with that. Bringing in the spiritual blueprint. Open to the energy of indigo. Bring it in through the top of your head. Make your intent to be a conduit for ideas and understanding that are coming to you from your spiritual source. Sit with this energy, hold a place for it in your heart center. So, what you do with that is up to whatever you feel, whatever that nudge is that says, this is the time to do this or that. But just the fact of you opening up to indigo and allowing this spiritual blueprint to come in through you, that will also make it more possible for other people to do the same thing.
That's going to help that ability to inspire, transform, and reform.
That's right.
Through light.
Yep. That's cool.
It's going to be beautiful. Wow. Will is next.
Okay.
Will. What am I getting? Ooh. Okay. Let me get my page here that I'm looking at. All right. Will, your luminary is Core Crucible this week. Core Crucible. Wow. Talk about a lot of energy. Reds and red orange and gold and turquoise and all these beautiful numbers. Anyway, it is a number vibration of 9. And it says, bring any doubt or fear into it, residue from any drama left in your life, leaving only that which is fueled by passion and lived in joy. So anything, grief, hurt, anything like that goes right in there. And I know Arlene's talked about this before, but you could put it under your foot and just, put everything in it that needs to go. And then what is fueled by passion and lived in joy is what remains. So this can be a real help. I just see it as a helper. We were talking about guides and stuff yesterday, but guides, guardians, helpers. This is a helper for you this week. Strong one.
All right. Well, this is really fascinating because the strength of red came up again, and I really did, move these cards around. So anyway, this strength in red, I want to feel what it is exactly for you. Well, um, you know, in this course that we're doing, the Color Course 200, we're working on taking the red from this first chakra down into the volcanic core. There's something about that red that is going to teach you something as you do that, and it's going to enhance your red chakra. And it's not so much about having the vitality as it is a deeper connection with a new part of the earth that you may not have connected to before. And it has to do with a powerful energy that wants to be a part of you now. And then look at this again, indigo. Indigo is really up to date.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your maybe giving you some information about your life purpose. I get two things from their book. It says being a conduit. Through your gifts, you may tap into information that comes from beyond you. This information may allow you to understand what is happening in the universe as well as the earth. And I know you've been looking at that. This conduit may bring music, art, science, philosophy, or another area of expertise to a new level of experience and understanding. And I think for you, the using ancient knowledge is another one because you're doing that all the time. Um, but it's like, I'm going to read this again. What comes through you from your past or future? And I think yours is going to come from your future. So you need to go out and sit with yourself at your future self. Your past or future lives may be especially useful today. This knowledge may unveil new methods of healing people as well as the earth. It may enhance our understanding in many different areas of life. There is something to that, Will, that if you will be with indigo, indigo has knowledge for you that will unveil something that's new. It might be a new twist on what you already do with your healing abilities.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
These are amazing readings for perfectly. Yes. Sandra said consciousness is raising for all. Yes. Yes, for sure. Sue is next.
Sue?
Sue.
Okay. Sue, here we go.
And
Oh, you're going to do yours first. Go ahead.
yes. Sue, your card is simply self. And it is the number 6. 6 is to me, is a very stable number, but it's also one that says there's more to it than you know. And it says to simplify, clear, make room for clarity of thinking and feeling, which allows pearls of wisdom to emerge from deep within. I'm getting that you have pearls that are deep within that are waiting to bubble up to the surface. And by doing that, just simply be with yourself this week. It asks you to let go of the baggage of, living, and by going ahead and dissolving attachments that you no longer need, and make room for that clarity to come. And I'm getting that in doing that this week with this helper, this beautiful luminary with its bright colors of yellow and stuff. That's very clarifying. There's pink in there, which is sweetness of the inner child. You know, if there's anything that you need to just go, okay, I'm done with that. It's really clarifying for you this week.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, Sue, what we've got for you is a strength in pink. I don't know if you like pink, but pink likes you. And what we have here is innocent, trusting, and loving. But more than anything, for me right now, um, I think of the pink in the sky sometimes. It sort of has us look up. It kind of has us remember the softness that we can find here, right here on Earth, that has so much wisdom in it. So look for the things this week that are have pink in them, and connect with them and see if they have a message for you. And again, magenta is your life purpose here. And what I'm getting for you is what's called showing the way. And what this is your spiritual maturity will show the way for others to follow. You will recognize the pitfalls for the compassionate. That's really important. You will recognize the pitfalls for the compassionate. You will be able to help them crawl out of these places of anger and frustration to a place of balance where they can truly make a difference. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it's just going to be serendipity. You will meet someone and you will feel led to say something or just be there in your own energy of the pink. Whatever it is that will be needed, you just will be there with that. And magenta, uh, it will be all around you. That's what I see, because this is part of your life purpose, and that it will draw to you uh, people who feel really comfortable with pink, and they will be able to step into magenta, which might not have happened if you hadn't had this pink here as well.
Mm. All right. Sarah is
Okay, Sarah.
the next one. Okay, Sarah, your luminary for this week is integrity. Integrity. Beautiful green. And it is the numbers 8 and 64. 8 and 64. And I'm just taking in, I'm just seeing such light behind that emerald doorway in the middle. And that light is just inviting you to come inside and come home. And to remember who you are and why you are here. It says that sometimes we can get exhausted by all the things that are coming our way and all the things that are coming up for us. And it says it's time, it's a place I'm getting to go in and rest and bring in anything into that place that needs to be healed. If there's any kind of thoughts or experiences that you say you've noticed lately that you're just like, man, I'd really like to be done with that, and I'm ready to do, I'm ready to work with that. If you bring it into this beautiful space where there is just completely light, and it will remind you who you are. This is a great one to put either on the front of your heart or the back of your heart, or just have it where you're looking at it day to day and just reminding yourself, I am so loved. I am so loved. And just imagine yourself going into that place of rest and rejuvenation, because really it does rejuvenate you for the next steps um, of your path. And all that green is heart. There's also like a turquoise blue in there too, which is wonderful.
So what I have is the lesson in magenta, and it's release the burdens of the world. And I think all of us can be reminded of that carrying the burdens around is not what makes us more able to help. We need to be able to release that and be able to be truly, just like the integrity, to be fully integrated so that we can be available to help others. And so, I mean, I understand if you're carrying around burdens. I feel like some of it may have to do with family or friends for you, but it's also the energies that are in the world can be a real burden to us. So take that to the magenta and let magenta help you release that. And your life purpose is gold.
Mm.
And that is what I picked out there is called teaching values. You have learned to value yourself and others. Now you can show others how to choose what they value, how to live by what they value, and how to value themselves. Now, you
Mm.
don't have to go out looking for that. If you just know that, and maybe it's a good chance you're already doing this on some level, and it will come up very naturally, and you will know exactly what to say, and you will know when to say and when not to say. And that, along with this magenta, as you let go of those burdens of the world, you will be more available to people. And this is part of what you're here for. You have learned to value yourself and others. Now you can show others how to choose what they value, how to live by what they value, and how to value themselves.
Yeah, I'm noticing she's saying, yes, that's perfect, for what she's been experiencing for this time. And Sue, I want to just address, you said you'll need to ponder on this. That's so good because
Yes.
in your reading, it's uh, clarifying is pondering on that information. So you're already in the groove there with it. And uh, yeah, just want to acknowledge that and acknowledge both of you. Okay, Mia is the next person.
Okay.
Ooh. And Mia, yours is, let's see if I can get the right number here for you. Oh, here we go. It's Love Child. Love Child. What a beautiful card. It talks about loving your inner child, loving that childlike part of yourself. It's the numbers 5 and 10. And it says to protect your innocence with discernment. We've been talking about discernment a bit today, and this is good. And to reassure our inner child, that's whatever part is showing up saying, hey, I'm not sure I feel so secure. It's like reassuring them that, you are paying attention and you're loving them and you're allowing them to express themselves. Sometimes when this comes up, we have kind of neglected our inner child a little bit. I don't know if that's what you're doing, or what you've had experience with, but just to acknowledge them and let them know that they are a welcome part of your expression these days, and just hold them tight, love them up, as they would say, is what I'm getting. And that beautiful color of light blue, the sky outdoors, I don't know. I don't know what your weather's like. I don't know if you can jaunt outdoors right now or not, but you're very connected to that. So very connected.
All right, your color card is the strength in violet purple. And this is really an important one for you because you have this ability to really use that intuition and even go more even into the indigo. But right now, what it's saying to you is to recognize that you are this energy, carry this not as above other people, but in a regal way, because it's a very wonderful ability to know yourself and to know, to be able to be a very regal kind of energy around you. And the uh, life purpose is yellow, and those two colors are complementary. And so this is a really great opportunity for you to use yellow and purple. And what I got for your life purpose is hope. You will bring hope and strength where there has been despair and weakness. You will show others how to find their internal power because that has been your path.
Mm-hmm.
And now you are going to be helping others people do that. You probably already are in your own family or among friends or just in the situations that come up for you. And so that strength is so needed right now. And you have that inside you.
Mm-hmm. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, please let us know quickly and we'll get you a card. If not, that's it for today.
That's it. We are so glad you were all here. And what a beautiful group you are. And
Oh,
how much you bring joy and hope to us.
amazing readings. Oh, wow.
And there's so much potential here. And you're doing a lot with your own potential, but just remember that we're still expanding. We're still being called to go a little further than we maybe have before. So be aware of that so that you can be ready to answer the call. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, Arlene.
And we will see you next week. And hopefully, this time I will end the stream the right way. So here we go. We'll just say, let's sending love.
Yeah.
And
Have
we'll
a
see you
wonderful
next time.
week. Bye bye.